Rome. She both inspires and terrifies. She is the most demanding of mistresses, yet the most generous of mothers. She will nurture you and make you strong, but defy her, and she can abandon you, even obliterate you. One moment you are the life of endless parties and feasts being served like royalty, but anger the wrong person, and you will become the repast that's being served to royalty. Not everything in the glorious empire is temporary. Some of what is the glory of Rome will inspire others for generations and generations to come. New empires will arise, and upon seeing the accomplishments of Rome will be inspired to imitate. They may even outdo Rome in vastness of territory, wealth, or even military might. But it will always be Rome that will stand as a standard to which others are compared. This story is one of many that illustrates the varied faces of Roman life. Like Rome, this tale is fast-paced, complex, with drama, comedy, and a full range of human emotion. You will laugh, I seem to be getting ahead of myself. I will retreat for the time being and allow the story to unfold. Rome AD 61, the Villa Tullia, home of the patrician twins Marius and Lucia, both of whom are 28 years old. Pernicus? Pernicus! Pernicus!
Oh, where can that good-for-nothing be? This happens every time, Pernicus! It already grows dark and still that servant does not appear.
Oh, my lady, Lucia!
Pernicus, you are injured. You poor thing. Oh, whatever happened?
As you instructed, I went to the forum to learn if your brother's legion was to return to Rome tonight.
What did you learn?
I grew so excited at the news that I had to run back to tell you.
Tell me what? What is the news?
In my haste, I slipped and fell on the Via Pilla. I lay in great pain for some time. I believe I may have bruised my patella.
But what of Marius? Has he arrived? Will he be here tonight?
My lady, Lucia, so great was the shock of my fall that I have completely forgotten the news that I learned.
If one shock made you forget, then surely a second shock will help you remember. You slothful, foolish, incompetent.
Oh, my lady, do not squander your precious face on this unworthy head. Help!
I can't heal miraculously.
Necessity is the brother of invention. Help! Soldiers of Rome, come to my aid!
That is the Florius of Marius' legion. He has arrived.
Beloved sister!
Beloved brother!
Oh, my God, he's too sensitive to absorb such sounds. Now I have a headache to add to my troubles. I'd best take to my bed.
Although it grows late, I know that I could stay up all night listening to your stories of the wars involved. Oh, Marius, being a Roman maiden is so dull. I can't hear enough of your stirring tales of valor and battle. But we must retire soon, and there will be months stretching before us time enough for you to finish your telling.
Not months, dear sister, only days.
What do you mean only days?
Our legion has returned to Rome only so that our armor may be repaired, new weapons forged, and new soldiers recruited. I have been promoted to the rank of princeps, and my commander and I will in 3 days embark for Jerusalem.
And who is your new commander?
Soldus Vespasian is my primus Pelias. Do you remember him from my school days? He's but a few years my senior, and would often visit us after school, was. But Lucia, you are blushing. Ah, now I recall. You always had a place in your heart for Solidus, didn't you?
No less a place than you had for his cousin, Lady Silvia Placeria. Have you heard from her lately?
Not since the Lupercal, when she spurned my proposal. But enough of her. Solidus, whom you so admire, is said to be the finest commander in the Roman army. And I know I should be bursting with enthusiasm for my new post, and yet, I grow weary of a legionnaires' life.
You grow weary of a legionnaires' life?
Think of what it would be like in Judea, my sister, from morning until evening, shouting out commands to mindless soldiers.
Forming those slack bodies into a unified force of pointed power. One will, one goal.
Endlessly tramping over leagues of desert wilderness, sand blowing into your burning eyes, sand choking up your dry, parched mouth.
Defying the sun, subduing the sands, until at last an oasis appears. Swaying palms that drip down dates, cool water gushing forth from a spring.
Endlessly marching through through the crooked streets of Jerusalem, surrounded by a barbarian rabble, holding your nose against their stench, closing off your ears to their harsh and babbling tongues.
Jerusalem, city of moon-white walls and sun-gold domes, exotic markets brimming with jewels and silk and sandalwood, the measured music of a million mouths at prayer.
The life of a soldier of Rome.
The life of a soldier of Rome.
Lucia? Lucia, I know that gesture. When we were younger, it meant you were hatching a plan, and it usually meant trouble. Lucia, you must listen to me. No plans, no schemes, please. I'm happy to be a Roman soldier. Forget the rest, Lucia.
What if I served as princeps in your place?
Lucia, you are mad. Soldiering is hard, muddy, bloody work. Men's work.
But you've told me yourself that what you do now is mostly to give commands.
Yes, that's true.
And still feel like, why, put your armor on me, and I'll look more the part of Marius than you do.
I won't even hear of it. I'm going to take a walk.
Think of it, my darling brother. I'll be able to escape the dull life of a Roman maiden, travel to Judea, and spend every day in the presence of Solidus, the man I abhor. Imagine the marching feet, the clamor of battle, the sweet taste of victory. Woe to the vanquished.
But how can I send a helpless girl to Galilee garrison? Even an officer has to defend himself now and then.
Marius, recall how often you were unable to find a boy who is your peer in size and strength and asked me to be your sparring partner?
We were but children then.
No matter. Here are the old wooden swords and shields we used in those days. Come, give it a try. To arms, Roman soldiers, to arms!
Don't think I'll show mercy.
You'd have to win before I'd allow you to show mercy. Benedictus! Oh, Marius, I'm sorry to have hurt you.
No, it is nothing.
Here, let me rub it. Oh, Marius, now you are angry with me.
What hurts me most is that you've proved your point. If there's any maiden in Rome who could command a legion, it has to be you. Though I pity poor Solidus, who will have his hands full with such a firebrand as his second in command.
Then you will let me go in your place?
I suppose that Judea is inquired in a place. Now and then there's some grumbling over taxes or temples, and a would-be prophet arises out of the rabble to incite a small rebellion. But nothing much comes out of there. No, Judea is a dull and desolate little town, destined to be forgotten by times to come. Within a year, I, that is you, could return to Rome and still be in one piece. But I insist on one condition only. You must take Pernicus with you. In case there's any trouble, he's to communicate with me immediately.
If he doesn't stab himself with his pen while he writes to you.
But what about me? I don't plan to disguise myself as you. And while away 2 years, time in spinning and cooking?
I have it. You can spend the time with your beloved Sivia Placeria.
That would be a dream come true, but how could it come about?
Sivia has just begun building herself a new villa, close to the forum, with all the other construction the Emperor Nero has underway. However, it is dreadfully difficult for her to find skilled craftsmen. Pernicus knows the foreman there. He can present you as a skilled stonemason, fresh from the provinces. One Petrus by name. For the next year, you could look upon your beloved Sivia every day. And perhaps, now and then, she'll even look at you.
You little...
Help! Help! Oh, help! A Roman maiden in distress!
Oh, my master! Is that any way to greet me after so long an absence? Ow! Ow!
Forgive me, Pernicus. Lucia, you and your endless pranks.
Wait, Pernicus, you are hurt. Is it the same leg?
No, it is the other one. At least the hand is balanced now. It feels as if the sharp surface of the sword has inflicted a bruise on the lower.
Only because I know Pernicus is there to protect you. Do I allow you to go to Judea?
Judea? Lucia goes to Judea? And with me? A complication devoutly to be wished.
Lucia, why did you insist on teaching Pernicus how to read?
I thought he was only looking at the pictures. Come on, Pernicus, we must all retire now. And tomorrow, we will have much to tell you.
We will burn and we will pillage while you stand and while you stand. You'll be driven from your village by the Roman legionnaires. There are none more enterprising, none so quick to pick a fight. And we won't stop globalizing till we show that might makes right. We will loot and we will plunder. We'll drive thousands from their homes. Let the world recoil and wonder where the legionnaires of Rome. Legions, halt.
1 year later, a pasture at the foot of the Mount of Olives near Jerusalem. Soldiers of the 10th Legion are marching in formation.
At ease, men. Have you heard the news?
About Marius Tullius, you mean?
What is it?
Solidus is promoting Marius again, giving him equal command over our legion.
I say that's good. Ever since Marius joined us in Judea, him and Solidus are inseparable. Solidus is a born organizer, but no one is as bold as Marius.
You're right. Solidus would have been slain in that skirmish last week, hadn't Marius thrown himself in between Solidus and the bandit he was fighting. And Jove be thanked he was only wounded in the hand.
And no one treats his men better than Marius. Remember when we were caught at the worst of that sandstorm? Marius kept riding up and down the lines, making sure not one soldier was lost, and keeping us all from losing hope.
Don't forget that long march through the mountains when our rations ran low. Marius would need one more morsel or drink one more drop more than any of the other soldiers. And he said that.
Look smart, men. Here are Solidus and Marius dismounting by our tents. This may be an inspection. Attention.
Flavius, here's your chance to make your request. Ask him now.
But suppose he says no.
He won't. He's a kind one. Go ahead and ask.
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar! At ease, men. Men of the 10th Legion, I hereby announce, in the name of Nero Caesar, Imperator, Pontifex, and Jupiter, that from this day forth, the command of your legion will be shared by me, Solidus Vespasian and Marius Tullius. To celebrate the promotion of Marius Tullius, we will double tonight's rations of wine and meat. Your new commander stands ready to hear any complaints that he may redress.
Hail Caesar, sir.
Hail Caesar.
Sir, your excellency, I would like to request your leave to roam for 1 month.
You know the regulations, soldier. Only officers are granted leaves from service in the provincia.
Yes, sir, I know, but... Begging your pardon, sir, but his wife has just grown very ill, and there's no one to help her care for the children.
Your wife? You left your wife in Rome?
Yes, sir, and...
Oh, that poor dear woman. Soldiers should be bachelors and not like helpless, defenseless ladies back home who have to fend for themselves. Oh, that poor dear woman. As I said, the regulations do specify that only officers are qualified for leaves of absence. However, as part of the ceremony attendant on my promotion, I'm so moved as to take the exceptional measure of granting your request. I will have a junior officer draft a letter providing you with an escort to the port of Alexandria, and from thence you will have passage on the first ship bound for Rome.
3 cheers for Marius Tullius. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
But is this what you call a campsite of a Roman army? It looks as though it was hit by a sandstorm. Get those tents properly pitched on the double. Are you Roman soldiers or barbarian water boys? Let's see a campsite that the emperor would be proud of. On the double now, on the double.
Oh, that's tough, my boy. There are times when I simply can't fathom you, Marius. You are either as tough as tempered steel or soft and yielding as hammered gold. On the field, you seem to have the sinews of a lion, but when surrounded by the sick and wounded, you have the heart of a woman. And now you've even made extra work for me. I had to write an explanation to the Senate concerning your request for a camp physician to look after the wounded. As far as Rome is concerned, only a soldier who can fight is worth looking after.
I'm sorry to cause you so much trouble, sir.
Don't call me sir anymore, my boy. We're co-commanders now, equal in every way. As much as I admire the uniformity of every legion, of every battalion, of every soldier of the Roman army, it's refreshing to come across an officer as unique as you.
Truer words were never spoken.
But you're modest one. There are times when I've seen you in a festival, looking at the sun setting over the Judean hills, bursting in awe at the myriad stars that shine over the Jordan River Valley. And it says you and your sister blend into one person. And I think to myself, a Roman soldier could do worse than to marry the sister of a man like Marius.
She is worthy in her own right, too.
I know it, my boy, I know it. It's not you I'd be marrying after all. But for all I know, since we left Rome, she may have become engaged to another.
Impossible.
You seem certain of that.
We are in constant communication.
So there is hope for me?
Perhaps.
Only perhaps.
She always did have many suitors.
But none who were Roman generals.
No, but there usually was a senator or two.
When we return to Rome, will you speak on my behalf?
I need only speak of the Solidus I know, and praise comes dripping from my lips. But Lucy is a fickle girl, and may delight in keeping you in suspense.
Marius, my boy, I'm ready to wage a campaign for your sister that will put Caesar's conquest of Gaul to shame. I know little of rhetoric and eloquence, but I'll let her read my heart. Once I've softened up her vanguard of resistance, I'll summon up all the sweetness I can muster and lay siege to her love until she surrenders.
Cave sist cum amor benquam bellum sincerus. Never declare war on Cupid.
Not unless you have good allies. In Marius, I now look on you as an ally in my vows to Lucia's heart. Good night.
O dear goddess Fortuna, my manly countenance must remain unmoved, but my woman's heart will well nigh burst with joy. It will be best, however, for Lucia not to give way immediately to Solidus' loving assaults. For no man values well which is won too easily. No, she shall skillfully resist, prolong the siege, until Solidus has all but given up the battle. I will have Pernicus make sure that this message reaches my brother as soon as possible. Pernicus! 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 Where has that sluggard gone off to now? Pernicus, you are hurt. Who are you? Were you with him when this happened?
I had my sheep out to pasture, not far from here, Your Excellency, when I heard this man's groan, and found him lying near a large rock. He directed me to help him back to you, his master.
But I see no wound, nor is there blood on your head. Pernicus?
I ventured out of our tent to await your arrival. As I sat and read, the sun shone so hot on my aged head that I had to pour red wine on this napkin, which I then proceeded to wrap around my brow in a careful spiral fashion, hoping to cool off. But then I grew weak with thirst, and having no more wine to drink, I fainted.
Pernicus, you are impossible. Return to my tent and drink all the water you wish. Then see to it that this message reaches my brother.
Thank you, my master. I deeply appreciate that. Please see to it that my rescuer here is rewarded. I could have been devoured by wolves had he not found me.
Or carried away by ants. Begone, you sluggard. Here's a 10 sester's piece for your trouble.
What can I do with the circle of gold? I will not sense the grass that feeds my sheep, nor will I weave the wool that clothes the shepherds.
Look you, my simple friend. This gold piece has graven upon it the likeness of the Emperor Nero. It gives you the power to command others to take your sheep to pasture to spin and weave your wool.
And in whose name is this power granted?
R-O-M-A. Roma. She is the power that builds cities and roads and bridges spanning them, aqueducts to supply their water, temples to house their gods. She is the power that lives in an emperor who is at once both man and God, and who could, if he wished, with but one command, put you and all of your people to death. She commands the might of 1,000,000 men who act as one, an army greater than any on earth. She is ageless and eternal. All roads lead to her. She is the power of all powers in the world. Roma.
I know a power still greater.
You do, really. And what is the name of this greater power?
Spell Roma backwards.
A-M-O-R. Amor is love. It is a word game that everybody knows.
Within Rome is the power to reverse Rome. Love is the greater power.
Listen, shepherd. I command 10,000 men who will follow my orders without question the moment they are uttered. That is what I call power. How many men does your power command?
I came upon Pernicus while fishing for a lamb that had gone astray. Do you see her on yonder hill?
Yes, she frolics about.
Show me first your Roman might. Command your men to catch my lamb.
It shall be done instantly. Officers, command your men to form ranks. Break ranks and capture the lamb that grazes to the hill to the east. I will give a sesterce to whom who brings it back alive.
Come here, little lamb. Over here, my lamb. Outsmarted by a lamb? I need a rest. Atia.
Company dismissed. The love that lives between you and your lamb proves more powerful than the might of a Roman legion.
You Romans have a saying, Mormons and Omnia.
You are strange. Your garb is that of a humble shepherd, but you speak good Latin and are far wiser than your simple manner would suggest.
I am a Pharisee by birth, but a Roman citizen by service that I once gave to Emperor Tiberius. But by choice, I have become a shepherd.
You have left the proud traditions of a priestly rank to care for sheep? I don't understand.
Before too long, the descendants of you proud Romans will all be shepherds, guiding their flock to the ruins of temples, taking their sheep to pasture in the cantons of deserted arenas. New days have come upon us, and we will all have to search for new ways to meet them.
I can make little sense of what you say, and yet I feel that between your words there lives something that moves me deeply and calls upon me to be much more than I am. But what I am and who I am suddenly become great questions before my soul. Can we talk together some more?
Every evening, I light a small campfire near the summit of the Mount of Olives. Others often join me, who, like you, are not content with life's glittering surface, but seek to plummet very depths and rise to majestic heights. Tonight, we will be performing a sacred dance that once could only be seen in the inner sanctum of the temple.
It's not Habanagila, is it?
No, it's not a wedding. But come and see for yourself.